Welcome back to this special episode of The Hot Seat, and today with me I have a prominent figure at CHS who is going to share with us some specific tricks on how to attempt the medical exams. Since most of us have finished our progressive, as I've talked of now, we've been in our last pharmacology progressive, which almost all of you know how it has gone. So today we are going to embark on how to tackle the summatives, and the man I have here going to tell us how to do that perfectly. Prepare for exams. Are you a daily reader or you one of the last minute guys who were the warriors at the rest?
Actually, I think I'm the head of last minute readers association. Because like you see, for some reason, when time is still there, you can feel like reading, but then you're like, maybe I have too much time. You're like, I can do this another time. Now, for us, we wait when they are remaining like 2 weeks to the paper or 1 week to the paper. That's when we start reading. And by that time, for some reason, the brain is very active. I don't know why, but you can see that things you read at that time, you don't even need to take a lot of time to read or give any concept. Like things keep on flowing. But it also works best to someone who has been attending lectures, because you can know things are emphasized, which are not very important, which ones are very important. But if you have been doing lectures and then you're reading last minute, I'm sure it will be hard to catch up because things can be very normal.
So, since you said you are the head of the Last Minute Readers Association, what is the schedule, the study schedule towards the last week to exams? What's your schedule?
Yeah, actually, perhaps what we do, since we read where time has gone, and to refer more of group discussions. Because now when you go for group discussion, you find where people have read different things, different topics, and then when they come and you share that knowledge, it helps you to get information from different topics which you could not have covered alone. Because now you see, when you're alone, it may be a lot, but if you're many, what was a lot is compressed into work which is doable in the shortest time possible.
So as we all know, the medical content can be comprehensive and too much. How do you break down those topics into simple things that you can understand easily?
Videos. You see videos, hey. There's some people like Adele Bondo, Ninja, those people have to come maybe and attend our graduation is here. Because they have really done a lot of interesting work for us. Because you see that a concept which is giving you a lot of hard time in a textbook, you can get it on a video and it takes you very few minutes to get it. So that's why sometimes I prefer videos, and then maybe you can add in a textbook later, especially for complex stuff, right? Because now you see videos have animations and then they have drawings, and you see the brain understands audiovisual work more than what you're reading in the book. So for some reason, what you see in a video and maybe here, it may be hard for you to forget as compared to what you read from that one or last saw another textbook.
So do you have a personal technique, like a technique you use as yourself to master these things easily that you would like to share for our viewers?
Personal technique for
mastering content.
Mastering content. Yeah, okay. Maybe what I normally do sometimes, the things are going out of my hand. I have a board, but like I have a board in my room, a whiteboard. So after reading my things, I go back when I'm in my free time, get a marker, and then I do it. I try to write down what I read. You see if I still remember. Because like you can read very many processes, but then what I do, I sit down and I try to write down and see whether what I read is still in the head. Now like for pharmacology, by the time I was doing pharmacology, because this pharmacology I've done today, I did it as well, and I, like for some reason I think it never gave me as much hard time, because it is one of the questions where I have an A on my portal. Like, so what I could do for drugs, I could just get a whiteboard, but you can use another board, or you can even use a book. Then I draw a table, I put publication, side effects, mechanism of actions, and then I review my drugs, the major drug now I need to know. And I think it would help me maybe to retain that information, so that it is not easily lost. Because every time you just read something and you stop at reading, the next day you will either be confusing one drug with another, or you would have forgotten totally. You get. So you always find means of trying to replicate what you know and so that it is still in the head.
So how do you do these topics for subjects that you don't click, no matter how much you try to understand? How do you use those topics? And are there any way you understand anything you read?
Yeah, anyway, at medical school you can't say you understand it. Sure. Be like. So there's always that one topic you read, and then you also feel like things are not moving well. But what I normally do is, you see, they say one man is meat, another man is poison, and then what seems hard to you is not hard to another person. Then what is easier for you, simple for another person. So there's always that one person who knows what is making you die. Yeah. But just need to identify those people, and now if I'm finding the difficulties in maybe a given class of drugs, you look up for someone who can help you out. Because you see, a topic you can read for 2 hours in a textbook, someone can discuss it for you in 1 hour, and the information sticks in the head, and just have to go and do that. Like, this is something I've done several times. These people can be there seeing us moving around, always busy, and then like, how do people make it to pass? But you just have to know what to. You see, medical school is about knowing what to get people, they discuss for you, add in videos, and then read a little, look questions, and then they go for the papers.
Do you believe in smartness or consistency in a medical school?
Smartness. Hey. Okay, smartness may be important, but not so much. Because now, for example, smartness can be important if you're going for subjective exams, yeah? Because if you go for pharmacology, if you are very smart with the tie, pharmacology can still tell you the same. Come out. When you're dying, it can't care about your smartness. Actually, for me, those days when I used to go for papers like pharmacology, I couldn't put on ties and what? I could just say that because people who have seen me heavy dressed inappropriately. It's when I'm going for papers like pathology, pharmacology, because I don't want to give. You see that when you put on a tie, your pressure is already too high, your heat. Then you're on the tie. So I in most cases I just give something simple. That's it. For caution, it's maybe like vivas. Maybe your smartness could influence the examiner whether you are a serious person who is interested in studying, and maybe you get more mark, you get like 1 mark or 2 marks
For buying smart.
Yeah, but anyway, smartness is very important when you come to clinical areas. There it is very significant. When you come to clinical areas, it is very significant because you can't go onward without a tie. The patients have to be seeing you as a presentable doctor. Even if the content is still little, you at least scare them with the smartness. A very clean lab report and what, like the clinical code has to be there and very, and then consistency is the way to go. Actually, consistency is very important because every time you keep on, you see, they tell us that we are what we continuously repeat. So like your life is determined by what you continuously. If you do something today, tomorrow you don't do. The other day you come again. The other day you skip. Then you skip a week. Like you can't get better results. So consistency is very important. If you are deciding to discuss, then be consistent. Deciding to do maybe anything you want to do, really, consistency is very important. And from choose one word to describe medical school is for people who are consistent.
So in this journey of the medical school, have you ever reached at a point and asked yourself or asked yourself, how am I really here?
Yeah, the moments are always there. Like you can reach a time and you feel like things are going out of your hands. You feel like you have done everything, things are not moving. You work around these 2 months and you're almost reaching, and then you're like, is really medical school worth it? Is it worth the struggle we are going through? Like those moments are always there. But what you have to do first of all, you have to remember why you're here. And for me, I believe someone who managed to go over high school, like A-level, BCM, I think you can fail at medical school because their things are far harder than here, according to what I see. Because here you really have time to reorganize and you see how they set what you studied. So you can see that here things can be done, but every time you feel like you're going, maybe you feel like things are out of your hands. First of all, you need to get someone to talk to.
Have you ever gone blank in the paper, in the middle of the paper, like there is a certain number of the table is 20 marks, you know nothing? Have you ever gone blank on so it's
Salary paper. You sit there and you find that there's something you don't know totally.
like the entire page you don't know anything.
The entire page you don't know. I think it has ever happened.
How do you recover from that shock?
It can happen several times, by the way. It can happen. You go in a paper and then you feel like you don't know enough. Yeah, it can happen. It can happen, and sometimes the recovery can be hard. Recovery can be very hard because recovering from a paper is also not easy. But then if I try to remember which paper have I ever faced such a situation, biochemistry. You see those calculations of biochemistry, like a structured part of biochemistry. I remember doing biochemistry. I think both papers of biochemistry I have faced that issues whereby you reach a question and you also feel like I'm cooked. You may do things and you feel like you're cooked seriously, and what you have to do is to lie the examiner and come out of the paper. And sometimes it can be hard for you to recover from the paper. It can be hard.
So in order if this will require, do you believe in luck or preparations? You believe like you can enter an exam and pass it by luck? Or you just believe you have to be prepared so much?
Yeah, luck can help it. Like luck is there, right? But you see, luck comes to those who are prepared. Now, for example, you see, there's a tendency of setting past papers. Now, assuming they set a paper, which you did, maybe you did a paper somewhere, and you wait to an exam, and you found the same paper they have brought back. I think you'll be lucky. Don't you think you'll be lucky? Yes, you'll be lucky. But then, if you had not read, would you be lucky? Not be lucky because the paper could have come. It is a past paper. People had seen it. But now, because you believe in luck, because we say that comes to those who are prepared, you never read it, you cannot pass it. Now, let me give you an example. When we are doing our anatomy of the limbs in year 1, our questions came from upper limb, both upper limb and lower limb, and people had to go through that question. So to me, I feel like if they were lucky, that as they were reading, maybe God directed them to go and do questions from upper limb. Now, so some of us never went through those questions of upper limb. Now you read an exam, you see, after 30 minutes, people are handing in. I'm like, am I becoming stupid? I first look around and see people are submitting papers. By then, it was doctor who was getting papers, Munagi. So I see people are putting in papers. I'm still writing it. And you see, they gave us one minute per question. Now I began panicking because I felt like time was not enough for me because they gave us 1 minute, but people are finished before time. So I feel like it's still maybe something is happening to me, which is not okay. But you see, I was in year 1, I did no papers come from books and maybe other past papers. So I think luck comes to those who are prepared. If you are prepared for luck, and luck is there, but it comes to those who are ready and prepared.
So now let's talk about life of the exams. What do you do immediately after you finish your last paper?
Immediately after
comes in your mind, and what do you do?
I just go and sleep through and sleep. Because that week is always a week of very few hours of sleep. So in most cases, after finishing the paper, I just go and sleep, and maybe I wake up and see what next later. But after I've slept.
So after you've slept and then time have passed, results are coming. How do you deal with results, especially when they are not what you expected? Like you expected a name and there is a D on the table.
Is a D. Yeah, like those things can happen. You read for paper, you feel like you did it, and then as you that come back, you look at them and you feel like it's not what you wanted. First of all, you can feel disappointed a bit. You feel like maybe it's not what the end that you missed it. But after some time, you see, medical school is like a continuous journey. So there is always no room for lamentations on what has passed. So in most cases, you just have to evaluate maybe what could be the possible causes of the failure of the results. Because sometimes there's always one thing, like maybe I might have not done something well. But then at the end of it all, you have to move on. But most importantly, you have to find means of recovery somewhere, somehow. Some people believe in doing redos. Like you do a paper, you get few marks, then you come back and redo. But personally, I don't believe in doing a redo. Because nowadays, according to the system, when you do a redo, they record it as a retake. So I believe I could get those efforts which I could put in a redo, put them somewhere, and maybe cover up the CGPA from there. Then coming back to do a paper, they record it as a retake, and then people would assume maybe I got a retake at that paper. So it is a bit complex. So you just have to evaluate, find out what could have caused the failure, and then move on.
So, what lessons have you learned from exams beyond academics?
Lesson. First of all, what I've learned is teamwork is very important in life. Teamwork is very important in life, not only in exams, but also the other aspects of life. You see, things which may seem to be hard when you're doing them alone, if you do them in a group, they can be simplified. So it is very important to do things as a group than an individual. That's one thing. Then another thing which I've learned is that the strategy is very key in life. Because I've seen people who spend a lot of sleepless nights, but then results don't come out simply because of the strategy they use to read. So if you use the strategy to approach life, it will be easier for you and you approach it in a better way as compared to when you just face life in the way you want. So you have to live a strategic living, be a strategic person. And then consistency is very important. We talked about it. You need to be consistent. If at all you are to achieve something in life, you need to be very consistent in what you do. Yeah, I think for that, and maybe hard work, things like hard work, their lesson is you learn. Because if you go for paper now, like that paper I was telling you, that other two paper of limbs, I think those things are not yet become very serious. So every time you don't prepare for something very well, when you reach there, it will show that you really never prepared. It will show. And it's the same thing which applies. You see some people, they do less and they expect more. I don't think it can happen. So exams can teach you that what you do, like you reap what you sow. You reap what you sow. If you're really working hard for something, that's what you will achieve. That's what you will achieve, and that's it.
So, how do you celebrate your wins? Either small or big, how do you celebrate your win?
How do I celebrate my win? Okay, celebrating. Anyway, I don't normally do so much of celebration, but you see, there is that inside feeling you get when you do something successfully. It's the way you feel. Like there's that happiness which comes with success. So sometimes I don't really do a lot of celebration as such, but I feel motivated. Like I get that form of motivation, and I continue. I can't lie to you that I do any special thing. Maybe now let me jump up and down and dance and do what I know.
So as we are concluding, what's one advice you can give to a medical student who are preparing their exams? What do they start doing? What should they stop doing immediately? What advice can you give?
Yeah, first of all, I think I will start with what they should do stop. Yeah, first of all, reading alone at medical school is not very high yield. Like it is okay for you to read alone, but then don't read alone for all the time, because you can pass, but then you will pass in vain. You see, there is passing at medical school and you pass in vain. Other people are getting marks with ease, but for your marks you have to overstretch for them, simply because you want to do things alone. Now you see, the challenge with the reading alone, you can read 2 pages and you feel like you have understood them, and then you feel like you should be proud of yourself. Move around telling people I have read pharmacology because you have finished pharmacokinetics. But then when you go for a discussion and you see that the pharmacokinetics you have is just a subset of someone's content. There's a way to tune you from comfort zone now to seriousness. You understand? Time has gone. For you feel like you have read, but yet you have not read. So I would encourage people to start utilizing discussion. See, the discussion is very important, and I emphasize that. And then also, you should learn to recognize people who are better than you are, maybe because they put in more time in what they are doing, so that they can always help you out. And you see, I came to understand that people are always willing to help, but sometimes you see, it is by nature that human beings always want to be the best. It is by nature just. that everywhere you be, and now most especially at CHS, everyone will write you came from your school and you are the best. Now when you come here, I feel like you should be at the top when someone is above you, you start competing. Now that competition can't help. At this moment is survival time. Find out a concept which is hard. Hit someone who understood that concept. Tell them to take you through, because you may assume you will go and read, but time may not be enough for you to do that. This is the time for you to use videos for things which are hard. Like videos can really do work. Like there are some videos which are authentic and you go through them, and by the time you go to a textbook and read, you will take less time to get the content which will have taken you a lot of time. And maybe finally what you have to do is make sure you not panic when you go for the papers. So anxiety can be there, but find out means of overcoming it, because at the end of it all, being anxious and then panicking, it may not help, because it even makes you forget what you know, and then you remain with nothing, and yet you knew something at first. You could just have to add on. And finally, like helping each other somewhere, somehow. If you can help someone pass, maybe by discussing for them or any other thing, do it, because at the end of it all, we all came to medical school and we want to excel. Yeah, that is it.
So as we conclude, we have the series of the rapid fire questions. Do you prefer tea or coffee?
I prefer coffee.
Group discussions also reading?
Group discussion.
Morning or night reading?
Morning.
Anatomy or biochemistry?
Anatomy.
Pass mark or the distinction?
Pass mark comes first. Stitch distinction. So you can come later, sure, because it's connected to anything.
Do you have any final message to our viewers?
The final message? Anyway, maybe I just want to wish them success, and also want to wish them the best in their preparation is. Yeah, and also I call upon each and everyone, and we are approaching the season, you know, the upcoming season of posters everywhere, sweet messages in every box. So yeah, I'm coming up to contest for EC representative of CHS, and I call upon everyone's support. You see, this is a post whereby it is voted by the whole college. So all the schools, you have the different schools, they will be voting. So I call upon them to come up and support me. I'm ready to ensure that the election process is very clear, so that we get the best leaders. Because you see, every time you don't put the right leaders into power, you're putting the college at stake. Yeah, you're putting the college at stake. So I want us to work together so that our college is in order. Yeah, that is all.
Thank you very much, and thank you for watching. Today with me was Nathro Alex, a prominent leader and a committed leader coming for the EC representative, like selections, and the person who got an A. He said that he got an A in pharmacology, and don't forget it. He has given us tricks on how to pass summative and how to prepare for medical exams. See you next time. Don't forget, subscribe, like, and comment. Thank you.